Hello beautiful people, my name is Teresa and I am the cruise director on the magical mystery tour that is this channel. We are up really early. It is still pitch black outside. We are about to do a 3-hour drive to do kids sports. But anyway, we're playing in some new stuff today. You can see I've just got my base done, but we have the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions Matte Eyeshadow Palette, which is new here in Australia. But first, before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads. And if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. So let's get to it. Now I've got a few new products to try as well, but mainly our focus is on that. So this is the new palette. We have 12 shades, so 10 powder and 2 of his creams as he has it in his other ones. Top row is warmer shades, bottom row is matte. Just to compare, we have the Made by Mario here. I think if you've got one you don't need the other. And then we have his newer one. So if you've got either or both of those, this might possibly be redundant. I've also got the new Stila blush and contour stick to use. I've got a new to me NARS lip gloss. I've got a new to me Stila shadow topper. So we might start. Oh, and I'm going to use the Rare Beauty. Putting my glasses on to read this for Stila because I'm just not going to remember it without it on. It is the Stila Blush and Bronze Hydro Blur Cheek Duo. This is the lighter shade, apricot for the blush and golden for the bronzer. Just giving that a swipe on the back of my wrist to show you. Looks really nice actually. We'll go in with the bronzer end first and see how that goes. Feels super creamy. And the sides of the nose. I was really torn as to whether to go this shade or the next shade up, but given that we're going into winter, I thought I'd play it safe and go with the lighter of the two. This is blending super easily. Like really easy. I have the Selena, or the Rare Beauty I should say, it's not Selena. Is it Happy Soul, I think it's called, which is a bit warmer, probably a bit creamier, but this is nice and subtle without being too much. Just want to see, because up here near my temple it needs stamped away to nothing. Well, it didn't stamp away to nothing because you can see it around there. I think it just blends in beautifully. Is more the point, isn't it? Look at that. Could have definitely gone to a deeper shade. No problem I think with that, but this will work. I'll probably get more use out of this over winter. Now the blush, again stamping that in. Oh, that's really nice and natural. Super natural, not too much. You know how it is at the moment, sometimes there can be just a bit too much pigment intensity with the blush. I think a lot of companies have forgotten about the subtlety that we sometimes want. Not everyone wants insane intense cheeks, and I'm saying that and I'm about to put the Selena blush lighter on and that could just cause all sorts of trouble, but just nice. I'm just wanting, I don't want to be too intense today, and I could build that up a bit more I would say, but I don't want to do that because I am going to go in with the Rare Beauty. So this is it here. Just getting myself a brush. This is the shade Hope. I picked this up because I have the liquid version of this. Now, over on my Instagram, I did this the other day. If you haven't seen it, I'll try and put a link down below for the particular post. In Australia, we have a brand called OXX available at Kmart, and this is the Sparkling Rose Blush and Highlighter Duo. This highlighter and this blush are one and the same. This is, oh God, I can never remember the price. I want to say this is around 50. This is 10. I'm about to do a full face of dupes in the next week or so, so you will see that in there. So going in now with this, tapping it off a little bit because I don't want it too intense, and just stamping that over. I won't need to use a highlighter today because, as you can see, this is a hybrid. It's not a soft pinch blush, it's a blush lighter, and as long as you remember that, you'll be fine. So you can see the glow that that's given. This is not my fave. I think you have to be in the mood to use it, and it has to be in the right space. Now, going in with the Patrick Tar, I am not going to try and read the shades off the back. It's never ever going to happen. I mean, how the hell am I going to read that? So, I've got Rose Dimension as well, and I've been going to get the Major Dimensions one, but was waiting for this instead. Just want to feel, oh no, I thought they felt different. It's been a while since I've used this. They feel the same. Super, super buttery. The Makeup by Mario formula, his new formula, is still a drier formula than what this is. I'm not going to get a huge amount of payoff in this lighter shade because it's just so close to my skin tone, but it gives us something to blend into. I'll probably end up more in here today. Going to go into this shade here, just using the same brush, and this will be our proper translucent transition shade. Jeez, brain's not working. I've got my coffee here. And that's blending super easily. And I can already tell just from this one shade, I think I'm really going to love this palette. You can see, as per usual, I hold my brush down towards the end just to give me more control over the intensity of the colour that I'm putting on my lids. I really need to pluck my eyebrows. If you zoom in, I don't know if you're going to see the individual hairs that are there, but she's a mess. Okay, cleaning off the brush because we're just keeping it easy. Let's see if we just use one brush today. Going into the next darker shade, we're just going to work our way down here just to build up a little bit more. Now, given I'm going to a kids football match and it's 6 AM, we don't want it to be too much. Okay, I'm really happy with where that has gone. We're just going to add a little bit here. I'm not going into the black today. So the darkest in the cool tone browns, just to tuck a little bit here. On the outer corner. And again, we have just used the one brush today. As long as you clean it off in between. you're good. Can I tell you, these have blended like an absolute dream. Just going into the second, into this shade here, the second darkest, well, second darkest brown, just to go over the edge there. This is a really quick look. Now going into the white to go across our lid. Tap it off. There's a bit of kickback there. But it's not causing fallout. It's just a bit dusty, for want of a better word. Bring it up. Just going back in with this brush now, just to go over that join there. I haven't added any extra, we're just diffusing that. I mean, it's such an easy look. Just going to line my eyes with the Charlotte Tilbury Super Nude, and I'm not being precise with it, you can see I've coloured outside the lines. Now for under the eye, we're going to keep it really simple. We're going to go in with this mid shade, just to line under there. And look, we probably don't even need to use this brush because I'm going to go back in the brush that we used for the white, go into this mid shade here, tap it off, and just smoke out under our eyes. And like I said, this is performing like an absolute dream. It's making it easy. It's making it so easy. Back into the white. She's a great white. Just tuck that in to the inner corner to brighten it up. Now I could leave it there. What I will say is that I really like this palette. Now I haven't put, I'm just going over, just softening that outer edge, and don't forget to do that, like it is a back and forth. Just get it to the point that you're happy. I'd cleaned that off and just softened it. So this is how it's looking as it is. If you want to keep it there as a matte look, love it. Now what I want to do is I am a big fan of the Stila Heaven's Dew. I've got Silver Lake, I've got Lake Havasi, so this is Havasi, I think that's how it's pronounced. This is the Rose Gold. They are a baked sort of putty product with a lot of shimmer. Silver Lake, and then I have picked up Lake Hillier, which is, look at that. So I'm just putting that on my finger, and I'm literally just gently tapping that just to get a little bit of sparkle in this look. And I'm not doing anything too insane, but just have a look at that. So that is if we leave it all matte, that's with a little bit of sparkle. Just rubbing the finger on it and just pressing it in. If you want to add a little bit of shimmer to your looks, these, my friend, I think get overlooked. So I'm just going to go and set my face and put some lip liner on, and I'll be right back because I've got a gloss that I want to use. So I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, we are back, and I have set my face, mascara. I've got the Kylie Cosmetics pout lip liner, whatever it's called, in Cinnamon, I think it is. This is a sort of a 90s bit of a brown. I really like it. People have their opinion on Kylie Cosmetics. I like this lip liner. We now have the Afterglow Lip Shine from NARS. I haven't used this shade, and because I've got a bit of gold on my lid, look at that. Let's just add a little bit of shine. It's got a slight little sparkle in it. So that is the finished look. You can see I really like the Stila blush and bronzer in one. I need to fix up my hairline there. The Rare Beauty blush lighter. It can really show you texture, but if you go in lightly, I think it can be a bit light, but a lot. And I'm making all sorts of noises here. If you built this up and up, it would be way too much, and you can build it up. So just go in, just go in gently and you'll be fine. Okay, so I wanted to do a couple of extra looks from what I'd done with that first impression, just to give this a fair burl. Like yesterday, or it's yesterday now while filming, we stuck to sort of this area. So what I thought I might do is do one eye of each, play more in the warmer areas today, and then maybe do a more intense look so you can see the difference that you can make. And the fact that I've really wanted to come back in and do this shows that I think the quality of this is fantastic. So we'll start in the warmer area first. Going in with the lightest shade, and on this side, oh, by the way, I've just recreated all the same makeup, and just using this as a transition to start with. We might just build this up. So this is warmer. Now, in comparison to the Major Dimensions one, which has warm tones and some shimmers, I don't have that palette, but I'll insert an imagery of the two compared here. It looks like from the image that the warmer tones, there's a bit more depth and richness in some of those shades, slightly a bit redder to them. So there is a variance in it. That being said, you probably don't need both. And again, if you have the Makeup by Mario, both of them, but if you don't, this is a fantastic quality palette. Going in now to this mid shade, tapping that off and putting that through the crease. These are super, they're just super buttery. Just blending over the edge with that first shade and then back in again. Now, these creams, as you can see, there's depth there. Okay, I'm going to go in with the darkest here, just on the outer corner, and see what I think of that, and just to give you an idea of the depth on this darkest brown in the warm. It's quite a walnutty sort of shade. Actually, I really like that. Don't know if you can see. I go this way. I've burst a blood vessel in my eye overnight. Fun. So you just go between the shades, just no extra product on your brush, just working your way back from what you have used. Just diffusing that out. really nice. Now going in now with this second lighter shade on a flat brush across the eyelid. This is a beautiful palette. It's really hard for me to not add shimmer, as you saw from that first look that I created, but it doesn't mean that you have to, and it also doesn't mean that I have to. Going in with that first shade again, and just on the inner corner there, just to lighten that up a little bit, because I am not going to add shimmer to either of these looks. And now I think I might go into this cream dark chocolate brown and just run that along as an eyeliner on the outer corner. And of course, going in, because it is a cream, I will go back in with the darkest of the browns over the top to set it. It's not going to change it down to that, but it will set it and stop it from smudging. Back into that outer corner colour, just to stamp in and fill in that gap. Cleaning off the cream, because I'm not going to use that underneath the eye. I am going to go into that darkest colour though and use underneath. And then that second darkest brown powder, let's just tap that off and smoke this out. Now if you have hooded eyes like I do, extremely hooded eyes, you'll see with that eyeliner, as I'm doing it, I came out more horizontal. I'm not even trying to go up because there's no point. And just that lightest shade again on the inner corner. Let's grab this and bring it in just a little with what is on this brush, just tapping over the edge, not getting any more cream on that. Just finessing it one last time there. I'll put some mascara on and be right back. Okay, we are back with the final finished look on this side. As you can see, it's a really warm sort of caramel. I don't know why I do this. It's a really warm sort of caramel look. We've got a little bit of extended liner out here, which is hard to do on my eyes given that they are so hooded and the hood continues down past the edge of the eye. Just shutting it, you can see it's really blended so well. It's so buttery. It's a great palette to work with. So that is the warm side. You can go through lighter shades. You could deepen that up a lot more. You could bring that, which I'm about to do something similar on the other side, that cream, you could, if you wanted a really smoky eye, put that all over your eyelid, blend out, set on top of that with the darkest brown and diffuse it out. But let's get on to this side. Let's start, oh, this could be scary. Let's start with this black cream straight across the lid. Look at that. That is so dark. So dark it should be. It's black. So you don't have to be too specific with your placement at this stage. So I'm just going onto my mobile lid though, and I'm getting a firmer brush and I'm just going to blend out the edge a little bit. Now we want to set that down, so we'll go in, I told you we're going scary, we're going in with this black, trying to use as many shades in this as I can. So we're just stamping over that to set it. Now this is where we start to blur out. So we're going in with this dark cool tone brown, tap that off, and we're going in right half onto the black. Oh, clean that brush off again because I've just put it in the black. This is where these come in handy. This is taken out of my tin. It's not in my tin anymore, but what it does is it cleans off powder. Like, look, it's not on there. The brush is stained, but it is absolutely not on there. So again, into that darker brown, and we're going so that it is half on the black and just coming out of that. Scary, hey? Clean off your brush as you go. Tap in one last time into that, because what we're doing is ensuring that we're not pulling up that black, because we've got enough black there. Just cleaning off that brush again. Now tapping into the next shade down, so that mid, and then we'll turn our brush lengthways because this is flatter that way and then wider that way, and just going over the edge, slightly over that darker brown to black area, and using it to diffuse out. I don't know where I was going with that then. Now little circular motions back and forth over that. I know what you're thinking, it looks like it's a lot, because it is. Tap in once more. Again. Just very softly. It's a tickle. Do you know what I saw? Speaking of tickles, because that's how I like to describe what we're doing to get that blur out. Made by Mitchell has a, I don't have any of his brushes, but he has a brush called the Tickle Brush. I think him and I have the same idea. So going into the second lightest shade now, and don't forget teacup hold. It allows you to control how you disperse the colour. We're just gently fluffing that over there. Clean off your brush. Go back over. She's looking smoky. I think I need, what eyeliner did I use yesterday? Got the same eyeliner. I think yesterday I said that it was, or in the first look, I said that it was a Charlotte Tilbury. It's not. It's the dupe. I had just grabbed the first one that I saw without my glasses on. So this is DB Cosmetics. They're nude. What's it called? Bright Eyes. So this is Nude Awakening. And we're going to line there. And tight line up and underneath. You could also go in obviously with the black to make it more intense. I'm going to use a bullet brush, and we're going into that white. Tap it off and just put in the inner corner. Now I'm just going to go into this black again and just stamp that just right in that inner corner as well. Back into the white. That's just lightening that up on the inner corner. Just grabbing a small fluffy brush with nothing really on it, just to blend this here. Tilt your head back if you need to, so that you can see what you're doing. And now going underneath the eyes. So we're going to go into the black. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but that's the purpose. You've seen a pretty wearable day look out of the more cooler tones. So we are going smoky. Okay, we are going to go in to smoke that out a bit. We'll tap into both these shades, tap it off, look up, press in and just swipe back and forth. You don't even need to see what you're doing in this, as clearly I'm looking high to the heavens. We're just going back and forth and trusting that it's doing its job, and it is. So what we want to do when we're trying to prevent massive panda eyes happening down, massive creasing, because if you're doing something like this you can really notice the creasing in here. I've just cleaned off my brush, by the way, there's nothing else on it now, and going back in. You need to come down to where that crease is underneath your eyes if you have one. If you don't, roughly to the bottom of your lower lashes where they sit. That will prevent, it can be a flesh toned eyeshadow, that can prevent any creasing from happening. If you are somebody that suffers from creasing within your concealers underneath your eyes and it bothers you, just going in now with that white again, just to brighten up that inner corner, and just under the brows, just to lighten that up. We'll diffuse that in a second, but what we're trying to do is just lighten up underneath that brow. You can see there's a bit of a line there now. Cleaning off a brush, any brush, but preferably one of the lighter ones. So pretty clean now, nothing on that. Just going over back and forth with that to help make that seamless. Now with everything you've got to go back and just finesse the end. So I'm going back in, not with that one, going back in with this brush. I haven't touched anything. This is the one that we used for the browns to blacks, because I want to pull this out a little bit and blend it out. Now the trick is we just want to make that a bit seamless, and also because I've got quite a large lid space and because they are so hooded, we can pull this out a bit. And don't be afraid, like, you know, you don't have to stick to this standard corner of your eye to the edge of your eyebrows if you don't want to, and we'll explore that further down the track. Hey, I was up here, don't like that, was seeing skippiness, this gives me more control. Back down the end. Just going to put some mascara on and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the final look with mascara done and this cooler, intense, smoky eye. So, really makes the colour of my eye pop, I think. So this is the two, and we've got the third one. What do you think? What I think is that it is super blendable. As I had said with the other one, it's really buttery. It's I think it's something, you know, you would think with a neutral palette they're all one and the same. If I had to pick between choosing these two or choosing this one, I'd go with this one. I know that the cooler tone Mario has like that grey, but you can get that elsewhere. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. If you are looking for a natural all matte palette with warm, a bit of a mix with a bit of warm tone, bit of cool tone, go get it. If you like something with a bit of shimmer, obviously you might like the first palette. I can compare the formulas because I have the Rose Dimension. Very similar, slightly more buttery than this, so which I would assume means it's slightly more buttery than the Major Dimensions one. I wish I had somewhere to wear this to at the moment, because I like that, and it's probably going to be one I play with a bit more. This is worth it. I'm pleased that it's finally been released in Australia. We have waited so long. That is it, my friends. Let me know your thoughts. I'm still playing around with this Rare Beauty blush, soft pinch luminous blush over other products. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends to come along and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.